This is the story of Lauren Spierer. It was a warm June night in 2011, a college town buzzing with parties, music, and summer air. Students spilled out onto the sidewalks, laughing, drinking, enjoying the feeling of endless freedom. But 20-year-old Lauren Spierer wasn't with them. That night, she left a friend's apartment barefoot, with no phone and no keys, and she was never seen again. This is what we know. At 10 p.m. on June 2nd, Lauren left her dorm to meet friends. They moved between apartments and bars, drinking, dancing, just having fun. At 4:30 a.m., surveillance cameras roll. Lauren is walking alone, barefoot and heading south. She was wearing a white tank top, black shorts, and was carrying a purse over her right shoulder. But she left that purse behind earlier in the night, and without it, she didn't have her phone. She told a friend she was going home, but she never made it. She disappeared into the dark. This is what we don't know. What happened between those 4:30 a.m. surveillance footage and the 7 a.m. when her roommate reported her missing? Where did she go? Who did she see? And why isn't she here 10 years later to tell us? We do know that multiple people saw her that night. A resident advisor saw her at 4:40 a.m. outside an apartment complex. He thought nothing of it until the morning after when he saw her face on the news. Another friend told police that he saw Lauren at 5 a.m. staggering toward a taxi. He claimed he called out to her, but she ignored him. He watched her get into the cab and drive off. That would have been 15 minutes after the last time she was seen on camera walking alone. But like everyone else who saw her that night, that friend couldn't explain why Lauren was barefoot or why she didn't respond to his hello. The driver of that cab also spoke to police. He claimed he picked up 3 girls around 5 a.m. and drove them south on Indiana University S campus, but those girls got out after 1 block. He said Lauren wasn't among them. Her boyfriend told police that they argued earlier in the week and that she may have gone to visit her ex-boyfriend that night, but her ex denied that she'd come by. As the hours passed and Lauren didn't return home, her parents tried calling her. Her mom, Abby, called so many times that her phone eventually died. When she got up to make coffee, her husband, Robert, was watching the local news. They both knew something was wrong. When the anchor said missing person, their daughter's name popped up on screen. The family rushed to help search. By 11 a.m., massive searches were underway. Volunteers, dogs, helicopters combed through rivers, fields, and construction sites. Lauren's face was on every building and billboard, but days turned into weeks and there were still no answers. Her bike was found abandoned near a creek. A pair of her flip-flops were found in a nearby parking garage. A torn piece of her dress was found stuffed in a storm drain, but there was no sign of foul play and no indication of where she went. Her family started a foundation in her name, kept her story in the headlines, and demanded justice. In 2012, the FBI joined the investigation. They created a task force and followed up on hundreds of tips. They even offered a $25,000 reward for information. But there were no arrests, and every version of the story ended the same way. She walked into the dark and vanished. It's been more than 10 years since Lauren disappeared. More than 10 years since she left a friend's apartment barefoot, without her phone and without a sound. This is the host. Thanks for listening. If you like this story, you might also like the story of Maura Murray, another vanishing act that has never been explained. Check it out here. And thank you for listening to Last Words. If you want to hear more softly spoken true stories like these, subscribe to be notified every time we release a new episode.